about this is the chair of the Minnesota Republican Party, Jennifer Carnahan. Thank you so much, Chair Carnahan, for coming in.
Absolutely.
All right, before we get into some of these local developments, which are a big deal, I want to ask you about the president's statements in light of these two aides resigning over sexual abuse allegations. What do you support the president's statements that seem to suggest sympathy for those that are accused as opposed to the women who are involved?
You know, at the Republican Party of Minnesota, we strongly stand behind a zero-tolerance policy for sexual harassment, domestic violence, or any violence towards women of any kind. We think the president's doing a great job. As it relates to the due process, it's understandable that individuals out there would say, you know, people should have the right to speak up and stand up for themselves. But I think, you know, in Minnesota, we're really focused on what's going on here, and we've done a good job, especially since I've come in as chair, and been really strong about our position on a zero-tolerance policy on a lot of things here.
But you're okay and supportive of the president's statements on this issue?
I stand behind our president as a leader of our country. I think he's done a great job passing tax reform, doing a lot of other great things for the country, and really we're just focused here, especially with two special elections coming up Monday, on what we have to do in Minnesota for Republicans.
Okay, a lot going on this past week. It's going to go forward this week. What are your thoughts about Governor Tim Pawlenty? It's been 12 years since he won an election here. He is also the last person, and this is almost unbelievable, to win a Republican to win a statewide race in Minnesota.
Republicans have had challenges winning statewide races in Minnesota in recent times. Governor Pawlenty was certainly an incredible governor for the state of Minnesota. He led well. He had a lot of popularity and a lot of support when he was here. From our side, we invite and welcome any candidates to jump in the race. We think giving voters out there and giving delegates and individuals in Minnesota a choice is always a positive thing. We have an incredible group of candidates that have been working very hard on our side for the governor's race for the past year, and we appreciate everyone that's willing to step forward because, again, it gives Minnesotans a choice, and it's a chance to move Minnesota in a better direction than the leadership we've been under with Governor Dayton.
All right. I want to ask you about this really sudden and surprising development in the 8th Congressional District with Congressman Nolan announcing he will not be running for re-election. I take it this was a surprise to you.
This was a big surprise, but a very positive surprise. Minnesota now has two of the biggest pickup opportunities in the country for congressional seats for national Republicans, with Congressional District 8 with Rick Nolan now being out and Congressional District 1 with Tim Wells running for governor. You know, if there were any Democrats that could hold those seats in Minnesota, it was those two gentlemen. With them out of the race, the field is open for us to pick up 2 additional seats in 2018.
So you're confident that you can pick up this particular seat, the 8th district, as well as the 1st. You do have a county commissioner, Mr. Stauber, who is running on the Republican side. You also have a progressive Democrat, Leah Pfeiffer, who appears to have made some inroads into Mr. Nolan's base. Do you expect other candidates other than Mr. Stauber to jump into the race? Stuart Mills has indicated he might jump in.
You know, my philosophy on this is until people actually get in, they're not in. And so the candidates that are in at this point on our side, in this example, Pete Stauber, he's doing an incredible job. He fits this district incredibly well. He's gained a lot of support in a very short amount of time, and we're very energized about him. If Stuart Mills decides to jump in, you know, we'll welcome him into the race as well.
All right. Let me ask you about the caucuses that happened earlier this week, because the GOP turnout was dismal in a lot of people's observation. 11,000 people, far less than happened 4 years ago, even going back 8 years. That compares with 30,000 Democrats that turned out. How worried are you about that?
I'm not worried at all about caucus turnout. If you look at the GOP trend in Minnesota over the past 8 years, the trend has been declining, but I don't think that's indicative of the support that Minnesotans still have across this state for President Trump. I don't think it's indicative of our bright prospects and opportunities in November. I think it just, you know, is a product of a lot of different things. Democrats always typically do have a higher turnout than Republicans in Minnesota.
This is less than half,
for caucuses. I think that's okay.
You're okay with that?
We've had a moving field for the governor's race, you know, over the past several months, and obviously names are out there that potentially might get in. So I think that could have been an impact. Also, on the other side, you know, this always happens when a party's in power, for example, in D.C., the other side comes out a bit stronger. But I don't think that's indicative at all, and I think we'll see in November, you know, we're on our path to turn Minnesota red.
Okay. All right. Jennifer Carnahan, chair of the Republican Party, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right.